bioenergy educator for Michigan State University Extension, and we have with us today John Hay, Extension educator from University of Nebraska-Lincoln. We're going to talk briefly this afternoon about bioenergy crop production. So John, what are the most important factors in selecting bioenergy crops?
I think right now, and it probably will stay this way, that yield is extremely important, and it's extremely important for a lot of reasons. Some of those main reasons being if we can increase those yields or have very high yields, we don't need as many acres to grow those crops on, as well as that reduces the distance we have to travel because we're getting more per acre, and we can put that in a smaller area. So that's going to be an extremely important factor in these bioenergy crops. Also, having crops that don't require as much inputs. Both fertilizer, pesticides, high yield, low input crops are going to be the ones that are going to be advantageous over other alternatives.
Do you think there will be one primary crop, or do you think there will be a suite of crops that farmers might plant?
I think there's a lot of unknowns. The conversion technology used by the biorefinery is really an unknown, and the conversion technology affects which crops we might use. Some conversion technologies can use multiple feedstocks mixed together. Others are going to want more uniformity. In the case of uniformity, we're going to be growing one crop or just a small number of crops, while in the case of a conversion technology that can use a multiple feedstock, there we might be using more of a suite of multiple crops. It also depends on the area of the United States we're going to grow it in. Some areas can handle multiple feedstocks or can grow multiple types of crops. Others are going to be more of a single type of crop. For example, switchgrass can be grown it's very widely adapted through the eastern United States all the way north and south, clear from Canada to Mexico, and yet other crops have a much smaller range. Sugarcane, for example, would be grown in the southern United States, and it's more of a tropical crop, while others have some more regionality in that way. So growing crops in an area where they're going to get their highest yield is going to be where we're going to see those crops grown.
Fantastic. And do you expect these crops to compete with land for corn, soybeans, and wheat?
And the competition is a good question in the fact that it's really going to be affected by the economics of being able to grow those crops. If we can make money on those acres with the energy crops at the same rate we can make money as a commodity crop, yes, there will be some competition. A lot of the research has looked at, though, growing these crops on marginal acres or acres that are not in row crop production currently or won't be in row crop production. And there are some very good bioenergy crops out there that can yield very well and are well adapted to acres that are fairly marginal for row crop production. And so that's really kind of the goal. That'll reduce the competition.
John, this has been an informative discussion, and I thank you very much.